everybody, Debbie Starr here. In today's quick little mini training series, I'm going to show you how I use a tool called HelloAudio. Now, I'm kind of a tech geek, but I also believe in simplifying all of the tools in our business systems. But HelloAudio is one tool that I use all the time. Now, I will say that I have the premium level, which means I can have unlimited, I think, or up to 99 different podcasts. But I want to show you how I use it and why I absolutely love it. HelloAudio is just a super easy way to create a podcast on the fly. And how do I use this program? I use it actually in 2 or 3 different ways. Any of my online courses and memberships, anytime I do a video, I always save the audio version. I dump it into here and it becomes a podcast that people can listen to. Why is this so powerful? Let's face it, we hate being chained to our computer. And sometimes we'll sign up for something and we don't necessarily need to see the screen, or we've already watched it and we just need a refresher. And because I'm also giving my people the option to listen as a podcast, they just literally subscribe to that podcast and they can listen on the go. So when they're driving the kids back and forth or at the grocery store or getting outside enjoying that sunshine, you can just pop in your earbuds and listen to the podcast. So that is one way that I absolutely love using this. The other thing that I like to do is I like to create a separate podcast for my individual coaching clients. So those people that I work with one-to-one, I also do the same thing. So any of our recorded Zoom sessions, once we get off, I save the video. But again, let's face it, do you want to go back and re-watch the whole thing? Or maybe you just want to listen to the session. So I will upload that here and then makes it super easy. Now, another tip, another reason why I like this is you could actually create a course, a membership that's strictly audio. So instead of messing with slides and worried about if you have your makeup on, you could just do an audio feed because it's the information, and having people connect with you, you're in their ear, so to speak, works just as well. Now, follow along with me. I'm just going to show you how easy it is to actually create a feed. So I'm inside of HelloAudio here, and I'm just going to come up here to the top and click create a feed. Notice I can create a private feed or a public feed. Now, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. I also have a public podcast, Business Made Easy, and I share that out to the world. So another great use. And again, it's just so easy, which I'm going to show you in just a second. So that is my public feed there. And I forgot to mention also another private feed that I do. If I have kind of a lengthy email, I will also pop it into a private feed called my email list, which I'll show you in a second. And then in my email, I can link to it and just tell people, hey, if you would rather listen to this instead of reading it, click here. And it works beautifully. And I actually have a lot of people that prefer that format. Anyway, I digress just a little bit. Again, there's so many things you can do with HelloAudio. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a private feed. And so what you have to do here is you have to give it a title. So for my one-to-one clients, I put their name. There's nothing more beautiful than hearing and seeing your own name. So I'll put their name, the internal title. If I need to remind myself, why am I creating this particular feed, I can do that. And then I finish filling out all the information. So I'm going to pause this for a quick second so you don't have to watch me type, and then I'll come back. Okay, so let me just walk you through what I've done. I've put the title. In this instance, it's actually one of my one-to-one clients. If I wanted, I could tag. So many options. I don't need to tag it because it's a one-to-one client here. I can click this button here to email all my listeners when a new episode becomes available if I want. So I'm just going to say, hey, I've uploaded the latest session into HelloAudio. Okay. And then down here, type of feed. This is powerful also because instant means it will play right away, but you can also do date-based and drip. So drip is perfect if you have an online course and you want to drip things out bit by bit. And then have to have the name. I could, if I have collaborators, anything, but I put my name as the author and my website. The feed access. This is something else that's also very powerful is you could give people access maybe for 7 days and then it expires. So that would be great if you are offering a podcast version of a course. All right. I can create custom colors. I can use my brand colors. I could use different colors for different types of programs. You can do whatever you want. In the description, I'm just putting on here, I call it my 30 days to done coaching session. And I'm just saying it's a podcast version. Then the feed image. Now, normally I will put my client's headshot on this because this is an individual coaching session. But if it's a group program, I might put the logo of that particular program, whatever it is. In this instance, I'm just putting a pretty little picture here so you can see that. I could put a tracking code in here if I wanted. And now I'm just going to save this feed. Okay. And so here it is. I've got it all set up. Now let me show you a couple of other interesting things here. Notice where it says full feed player, copy the embed code. So I can embed, which I've mentioned, I've embedded my business podcast right on my website. And I can also grab the shareable link. And the shareable link is something that I could put in an email. I could put, have a link on a certain page, things like that. If I wanted, let's say this is a public podcast, I could even submit this to Spotify. Now there are several podcast players that you can listen to this, but if you wanted to push it out to Spotify, you could also do that. Now here comes the get ready. You're going to be blown away. Whenever I have a session with someone, I just use Zoom, and of course it saves the video, but it also saves the MP4? I don't know, but the audio version, right? So I've already downloaded that. So I'm just going to grab that, throw it into here. Now notice it says you could throw the video in, you could throw the audio in, you just drop it in there. And now let me scroll down a little bit. And do you see here? It just puts like a random name here. And now what I can do is I can come up here and I can rename this so it makes more sense for my client. I'm going to pause for a second and do that. Okay, so I put the episode title here. Now I could also, again, write my little show notes here. Quick little tip for you. If you're using ChatGPT, hey, have a little chatty Kathy help you with your show notes. Okay. And then again, if this is like a public podcast, you could have a universal footer with a call to action, like, get on a discovery call, all of that kind of stuff. You could also limit the episode. Only those people like that have a certain tag, only people with the VIP can listen to this, whatever it is. And then episode type, I could do the full, a trailer, or a bonus. How easy is that? I just drug it over, do a couple of quick changes here, and I'm good to go. Now down at the bottom, it's showing that it's still publishing, but I can go ahead and click save and return. And then I come back here. And as soon as it finishes, I can come over here and I can click to publish just like that. And I'm good to go. So now what I'll do is I'll come up and I will grab this shareable link. and I will send her a quick email or send her a DM message and saying, hey, click here to listen to our podcast version. Now, how easy is that? Now, let me come back over here to the far left. If I go to my feeds, as I mentioned, I have a bunch of different ways that I use this. But as I mentioned in my any of my courses, things like that, I always offer a podcast version. And you could actually use that as a bonus, or you could use it as an upsell, because people love the idea of not being locked to their computer to consume the content. Okay. The other interesting thing is you can also track how many downloads. So it gives you an idea of how many people are listening to that particular feed. Let me come down here to my little podcast. I haven't been very good about updating this, but here, my business made easy podcast. I can look here and I can see all of the downloads here that people are consuming. So it is that easy. I just love Hello Audio, and I do have an affiliate link that I'll share down below. uh, Trust me, if you want to up level your business and simplify it at the same time and have your clients or your students raving about this extra step that you've offered them, I think you should check it out. All right. Hope this is helpful. Let me know what you think. Talk to you later.